My name is Okyame Kwame, the rap doctor. And as you know, today is 28th of July. And because of that, we are observing the World Hepatitis Day. And just as you've known, since 2009, every year, we do free screening and free vaccination. And this year, we've been so fortunate to partner with MDS Lancet Laboratory and Noguchi. And so we are at Medina currently. We started around 9 o'clock. It's been about 3 hours. And let me show you what is happening here. So, this is Professor Kojo Asamoah Kusi. So this is Professor Kojo Asamoah Kusi, who is in charge of hepatitis and malaria at Noguchi. Professor, ladies and gentlemen. So, Prof, I want you to tell Joy what is happening here and the processes so that they get a proper understanding.
Okay, thank you very much, Chairman. So this is a program that we are organizing as an institute together with the Okyame Kwame Foundation as well as MDS Lancet Laboratories. And what we're doing is providing free screening for hepatitis B, for hepatitis C, and then for those who are negative for hepatitis B, we are also giving free vaccination. The first one will be done today, and then the subsequent ones, we will call them to come and receive the vaccines. So we have set up the place such that when you come in, you start from one point and you go through various sessions to get to the end. So this is our first point where we have people who have just come in and are waiting to join the screening process. So they wait here till there's space at the next table. The next table is where they are giving an introduction to what is happening here. They are giving information regarding what is happening. We are also adding a bit of research to what we are doing. So here you're also told about that aspect of research. And if you are interested, you fill the form and then you move on from there.
Okay, so right now I just consented someone and we are trying to let them know that after we take their sample, we'll use just a little bit for further research. So we want to ask them first if they would want us to use it for that. If not, they can tell us to discard it completely and we do it just now. But if they want us to keep it, we'll take it back to our labs and store it. If they want it to be stored for 10 years or indefinitely, we'll do so for them.
So how has been the experience ever since you started this story?
Oh, it has been very insightful and it has been good. So I'm glad to have the opportunity to be able to educate people about hepatitis B and then what its effects are. So I'm very glad to be here to be able to do that. And then I hope that this program will help them know more and at the end of the day protect themselves and their families from hepatitis.
This is the waiting. This is the registration.
Yes.
And then from registration, we go to?
This is where they take details. So this is actually registration here.
This is registration. Okay.
So here they are doing consenting.
This is consent.
So this is where they are doing consenting.
Yes.
Where they tell you about the research you are doing.
Okay.
And then you sign up if you want to join.
Okay.
From there, you come to the registration point where they take your details. The details are important because the vaccination is in 3 bits. So you have a shot today, 1 month later, 6 months later. But we don't want to have too many people lost for the 1 month and 6 month vaccinations. So all we're doing is we're collecting a bit of information from you. And then when it is a week to the month's vaccination, we call you to come and take that shot. When it's a week to the 6 month vaccination, we call you to come and take that shot as well. So this desk is for the registration of those who have signed up to be part of the work.
So this is a registration desk. We take basic information about the people, including their names, their age, their date of birth, contact, digital address, and then what they do. And it's not been quite difficult because I know they understand that whatever we have to do, we need to take their data. We just had a bit of difficulty in getting the digital address, especially with where they stay. They are not able to give us very specific details of that. So we use their landmarks to help us locate them. And then sometimes the date of birth, for example, I'm mixing up their dates of birth and all of that, but it's been good.
So, Prof, because of the concept of stigma, tell me about secrecy. How discreet is this whole process?
Okay, thank you very much. So normally when you screen, the outcomes are two. Either you are infected or you are not infected. If you are infected, then the advice is that you get a confirmatory test from a lab. And then beyond then, a clinician will guide you as to whether you need immediate treatment or you need to be treated later. And then if you are not infected, our advice is that you get vaccinated. And we have the vaccines here to support that. But in order to keep secrecy, we are taking everybody through pre-testing counseling. So before you do the test, we give you some counseling, we give you some information. And then when you finish, we are not only counseling those who are positive, everybody goes to a counseling booth again. So the process is such that when you go to any booth, nobody knows really why you are going there.
And then also here, numbers are used.
Yes.
Special identification numbers are used,
yes,
not names. So even if you came with your partner, and you've not shown her or him your partner, that partner would not know what your test results are.
Exactly.
So what are these people doing here?
So this area is where they wait to get another bit of task done. Here, what we want to do is to ask people about their knowledge of how hepatitis B or C is contracted. So this is a desk where there is a questionnaire. They take you through, those who are at the desk take you through to ask you questions about your lifestyle, your behavior. Are you someone who uses needles for anything? Do you have or do you engage in anything that can cause you to get infected? We want to test and know people's knowledge, how people understand how you can contract hepatitis B or C through the various blood contact means. So this desk is basically for that. And then when they finish from this desk, this is a stage where they are counseled again. This is a post-counseling session where you are counseled whether you are positive or negative. You are given information as to what the next steps are. So at this desk, if you are positive, they advise you on what to do next to get a confirmatory test and to seek treatment. As of now, we are directing people to the Legon Hospital, which is the nearest place where there is a liver clinic. But we are also exploring means of establishing another liver clinic with Medina so that people who are in the locality can have that service locally. If you are negative, we also counsel you as to whether you want to get vaccinated. And a lot of people actually do take up the vaccination. So here is where you get that information, whether you need treatment or vaccination. And then for those who need vaccination, they come to the last desk. That is where we have our nurses who administer the vaccines. So here you come, you give your form to them, they capture some details about you. You are vaccinated, you get the yellow card, the vaccination card, which is a yellow card, and that is the end of your activity here. That card indicates that you've taken your first shot, and then you would have to come and take the second and third shots from here.
So, Prof, so if you decide that you want to get your second and third shots from Medina, the yellow card will say.
Yes.
Or if you want it also at Legon, the yellow card will say.
That one really doesn't matter. You can decide to go to any of them. Okay. We are trying to make it such that everybody would go to the place that is nearest to them.
Okay.
So whether you go to Medina or Legon, that is immaterial. Okay. But what we do is, as part of our activities, we also get your phone number, and a week to your next shot, we call you to remind you that you have to go to one of these places. And we give you the option to choose whether you want to go to Legon or Medina in this instance. Wherever we work, we try to get people to go to the nearest place so that it doesn't become burdensome.
I know, personally, my personal experience is that in the past, I've had people, I've called people for the second and third vaccines, and they've actually requested for lorry fare.
Exactly.
And sometimes you are torn in between giving the lorry fare for them to go and get it or wasting the vaccine because it also has time.
Exactly.
So it is really nice. But I just want to say that there's amazing work that you are doing. Your involvement has brought a lot of professionalism. It has increased the level of preparedness, and also the research angle has been very, very, very. That's why you guys are not professors for nothing. So I'm really happy about this. And I just also want to urge people on. I am a musician, but I'm here talking research. I'm here in health. Everybody can take one of the problems. everybody can take one.
Okyame, I'm surprised you say you are a visionary. I see you as a researcher. How much research you've been able to speak today?
Yes.
It's amazing.
Thank
so
you.
You have been categorized as a researcher already.
Medasi, Prof. Medasi.